Good morning. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of doing a makeup video, I'm going to do a hair video today because thus far in my videos, my hair has not been fixed or anything like that. In my office today, I have Lucy. Lucy. Hey, Lucy. She's over there taking her morning nap. And I have my little pug down below me. So if you hear him snoring, that's why he's a sleepy boy in the mornings. All right, so thus far this morning, I got up and I took my shower and I put on aloe vera today for a moisturizer to help my dry skin from the trip that we took and came back from. And I did my depuff under my eyes. And then I went ahead and put all my makeup on because typically when I do my hair, I usually leave it up in a towel and I do my makeup and then I do my hair all at once. But today I wanted to have dry hair for this video. So I went ahead and put all my makeup on and I blew dry my hair. So the colors that I used that are different today than the other videos is I changed my eye color a little bit, my eyeshadow color. So the base color or the lighter color that I put on before is from that Maybelline, the City Mini Palette, and I used this color right here, and they simply call it the base color, and I put that all around my eye, and then just for the shading or coloring or whatever, where I cut it in and blended it really good with my blending brush, I used Maybelline Expert Eyes in this shade. It's kind of a grayish color because I have a little bit of gray and dark blue in my shirt. I'm matchy like that sometimes. And the color is called Smoky Coal. So those are the only things that I did differently as far as eyeshadow. I put my powders on, I put my blush on, I did my eyebrows, I aligned my eyes today, and I put on my mascara. So I'm going to lean in just a little bit so that you can see the eyeshadow colors. Maybe I'm leaning in a lot. So there you have it. That's basically the makeup for today. Real basic, real simple. So I said this is going to be a hair video, so we're going to talk hair. My hair was very dry when we got back from England, so I decided that yesterday I washed and I shampooed and conditioned because I ran. This morning is a rest day, so I didn't run this morning. And so all I needed to do was condition. So what I use, I mentioned yesterday in the other video that I use When by Chaz Dean. It comes in a bottle like that, and it says When by Chaz Dean. This one is the sweet almond mint, and that's just the scent that it gives. This is a subscription service. I started this several years ago, and they send you bottles in the mail so you don't have to go shop for it, which is kind of nice. And I really like this product because it is very, very moisturizing, and for me that's kind of important, especially the older I get, the drier my hair gets. It's just how it is. The nice thing about this is you can make your subscription fit you. So in the beginning, I was getting like 4 bottles, and I would go through maybe 1 or 2 before the next thing came through. So I switched up my subscription. So now I only get 2 bottles every other month. And that's still a little much for me, but it's a little more manageable. I've given these away to my kids for gifts and stuff like that, and they really like it. My kids being my 2 grown daughters. You can use this. So what you do is you just wet your hair. You pump out 6 or 7 pumps depending on your hair length, and it tells you on there how many to put on. You put it on. You do the rest of your shower. You rinse it out, and you're done. Bada boom, bada bing. Your hair is really super conditioned and looks nice. You can use it as a hair mask, which a lot of people like to do, especially if they have dry, frizzy hair. Again, you just pump it out, put it in your hair, leave it in for however long you want. Some people leave a hair mask on overnight. You can do that. For me, that makes it my hair is fine, so for me, that's not, to leave it on that long is not a good idea because it will just cause it to just fall out. So I have done it as a hair mask and left it on for, I think, a maximum of 15 minutes. That seems to work for me. So you kind of have to fiddle around with it and decide what works for you, but you could do that. You can also use it as a leave-in conditioner. So if you just want to wash your hair and then get out of the shower and then put a little more in there because your hair is dry, especially if you live in a climate where you get static in your hair a lot, you can use it as a leave-in conditioner and it'll take care of that. When they send you your first bottle of when they send you this great comb. This is the comb they sent me. I've had it for several years, and sometimes they'll send me a new one. It's really nice. So what I like about this is when your hair is wet, you use these wide bristles to comb through your hair, because when your hair is wet, you don't want to be pulling on it too much. All right? And then, after you finish styling your hair or doing whatever it is, you can use the fine ones to just kind of smooth it down like so. And for some reason my hair is still dry, so it's still catching the comb and making it pull a little bit, which I don't really like. So you just use that wide tooth comb as much as possible, and that will help you out. I use a round brush on my hair when I dry, so I just kind of do my bangs like that and like that, and I don't do a whole lot depending on the day. I knew today I was going to be using my InStyler, so I wasn't like as super conscious about how I use my hair, my round brush. Sometimes I'll curl it around and do it like that, just for natural waves kind of thing. So this is what my hair looks like after it has been blown dry. It's a little bit wavy, it's a little bit straight, so it's kind of, my hair is what I would call difficult hair because it is thin and it is fine, very fine, and so it really doesn't get a whole lot of body. Now fortunately, this is when I really like humidity, because the humidity does make it kind of draw up and it does give it a little bit of wave, just a little, but my hair is just, it's always been difficult hair. I've just had to figure out how to work it and how to make it work for me. So what has been going on since I've been talking is I have heated up my InStyler. Now this is a product that I got several years ago. You can still get it in stores like at Sephora or Ulta. And I really, really like it. In fact, I like it so much that when I broke a piece off of it, I did the Texas thing and I duct taped it back together because I didn't want to go buy a new one. It's expensive. I think it was $80 when I bought it. I think it's about $100 now. But I have had mine literally for probably 7 years. And it has worked fine, except for that one little plastic piece that broke. And I really like this thing. So here it is. Here is the InStyler. There's my beautiful duct tape. Yay, Texas. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a lot of people in Texas use duct tape to fix just about everything. So the little piece that broke is this piece right here. Now I'm being very careful because this is extremely hot and it will burn your finger. Don't touch that part. It's like a curling iron. So this little plastic piece is a guard that keeps your hair from wrapping around the barrel, because what happens, you have this nice little brush side and you have this barrel side and you push it and the barrel is turning. And so that's what actually, and so you open it and it curls your hair. So it's essentially, you can use it as a straightener. You can totally straighten your hair, or you can do what I'm doing today, which is giving your hair some curl. So I'm going to get right into it, and it's kind of one of those things I can explain as I go along. So I'm using my wide tooth comb, and I'm going to do my bangs first because that's typically how I do my bangs. And so I'm just gathering them up, and you can see how fine my hair is. See, look, it's so, poor little hair, it's so fine. And so I'll just take it like that, and I'm going to do these under. You have to be careful not to touch this barrel part to your skin because you will burn your hair. So see, I just push it, and then I glide it down, and it's curling my bangs for me. And there we have it, voila. Now what I do, or what you should do, anytime you curl your hair with a heating element, you need to let it cool down before you brush it, comb it, or do whatever it is you're going to do. Because the heat curls your hair, but what your hair needs to cool down to continue holding that curl. So your curl will hold a lot better if you just let it cool down. So now I'm going to do this section, and you can see I use a pretty wide section because I'm lazy. I don't want to be doing this for 20, 30, 40 minutes just doing my hair. So I comb it through, and now I'm going to take this and going like this. Don't touch the end. You're tempted to do that when you first use this because you're used to a curling iron, and if you do that, you're going to have a very burned finger, and it's going to make you yell bad words, and it hurts a lot. So don't do that. So again, I just curled that section, and I kind of curled it under and moved it away. And now I'm going to do this section. This is kind of my top layer of my haircut, and I'm trying not to move around so much because my camera has a lag and it looks funny. So I'm doing my best, folks. That's all we can do. Alright, so I'm just curling it like so. And you see it doesn't take very long. You know, you just go down. And then I'm just going to lay that to the side like that. And then I'll do a back one back here. It's kind of a big section. You can do them in significantly smaller sections, which I'll show you in just a minute because I'm going to do something a little different on the sides today. And it works out just fine. So you just clamp it on there. Make sure you don't touch the end. You're going to be tempted to do this to steady it like you do with your curling iron, but trust me, it is a bad day if you do that. It hurts. I'm having trouble seeing, so I'm just going to move this a little bit. So I did those sections. I did that section. Now I'm going to do this section right in front of my ear. And I'm just going to comb that out. And what I'm going to do today is a little spiral curl. So I'm going to take that, put it just like this, and I'm just going around the barrel. So this is where you're kind of curling your hair. And then I'm just going to pull it down like this. You can hear the motor running, and it makes this cute little spiral curl. And then I'm going to do the other side the same way so that both sides match and I don't look weird. And you got to do it a little bit differently on this side. And you just curl it around and pull it through. And it glides really easily. I think this is, I can't remember what the name of that stuff is on the outside. But it's like Teflon covered or something so that it doesn't pull your hair. So there's a section I've done. Now I'm going to do this section over here. This is just behind my ear. And I'm combing it through first just to get any tangles out. I'm using the wide tooth comb. I have to get it situated. And I'm just going, I'm doing the same kind of curl where I'm just curling it straight down like that. I'm being careful not to touch my neck with that barrel because it will burn and hurt and make me cry. It really makes me mad because I know better. Alright, so I've done that section. And like I said, I do fairly wide sections because I don't like to spend a lot of time doing this. This is not exciting to me, and I have things to do. So I just touched the barrel with my knuckle a little bit. Ouch. This InStyler has 3 different heating settings, or heat settings, I should say. I'm just going down. Let me finish that curl out. And on the barrel, right there, it shows you. Now, I have it on medium. I'm just going to, okay, so that's the highest setting. I have never used that setting. It burns my hair. So I'm using the medium, and then it has a low setting too. I use the medium. It works for me. It takes less time. I'm a happy girl. All right, so I've done those 4 sections. Now I'm just reaching in the back, and I'm going to do the back section in one fell swoop. And what I'm doing is I'm just combing it like that. And this one, I'm just going to curl up, kind of straightened it up so you can see. I'm just going like that. And this is just going to curl the ends. And I'm just pulling it through. And you notice it doesn't hurt when you pull it through. You just pull it just straight out like that. And now my hair is curled with my InStyler. I don't need to do anything else with it. So we turn this baby off. It will stay hot for a while, so you want to leave it unclamped. When I store it in the drawer, I wrap the cord around and store it like that. But to let it cool, which will take a little bit, I just leave it open and I set it aside. All right, so now my hair is curled. Now this front curl has been sitting for a few minutes and is completely cool, so it will hold the curl a lot longer. And these are pretty cool. I want to wait just a few more minutes. And so this is the kind of hair that I use, like, or the kind of hair I use, the kind of style I use, for example, today I am going to go out for lunch with Jessica, so I'll be out in public, and I'm going to go vote today, so that's important. And so I'll be around the public a little more, and so I want to look a little nicer. And then remember the antique stores that I didn't go to? Well, the voting place is right close to the antique store, so I'm going to go to the antique store today and see what wonderful thing I can find. And that's my plan for today. So now my hair I can feel it's cooled off. So this is what I do when I finish curling my hair. I have a little part there, so I'm going to just do like that. And I use these guys right here, my fingers, to finger comb my hair. Just put it in place, right? Just like that. And then these curls on the side, I just kind of give them a shake with my fingers. Because you don't want to comb it, because you're going to comb out your curls, which you just tried so hard to get in. And then I'll just I put my hands back through my hands like this, and I just kind of do like that on my neck to get those other curls. And then I just do a floof and a floof. And I'll go like this, and I'll go like this. I'm getting a hair out of my eyes. And there we have it. It's a natural curled look. It's not too set. It's just kind of loose. And I'll show you the sides. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like over there. And I guess I should show you the back, so I'll turn around. Ta-da! There's the back. Just do like that a little bit. There we go. Now you know what the back of my head looks like. And that's the hair for today. So, I look I guess a little more polished. Now this will come down some. In my case, it's very, very humid today. It's actually raining. So my hair is actually going to draw up and become a little bit more curly. So there's that. You have to think about, when you're doing your hair, you have to think about what the weather's going to be like that day. So check your weather. Today it's going to be humid. I knew that, straightening my hair was probably not a good option today, because I'm going to spend all that time straightening it, and then it's just going to go whoop right back up because of the humidity. But I knew if I use my InStyler and I put a little curl in it, then when it starts to, gather that humidity up into my hair, it's going to actually make these curls a little tighter. So, and that's okay with me. There's a couple of things that I've learned about my own hair, and you kind of have to, when you go to the hairdresser and you talk about haircuts and you talk about things, there's things about your hair that your hairdresser knows that can help you. For example, I had a very good friend, and for years and years and years, she had hair that she straightened all the time. Every day she straightened her hair. And so recently, I saw her at church, and she had curls. And I was like, Liz, I love your hair. What's going on? And she said, this is my natural hair. And it was the most beautiful. She has short hair like me, and they were just beautiful spiral curls on her hair. It wasn't poofy. It wasn't, it wasn't like, it wasn't crazy. They were the most beautiful curls. And I said, Liz, what have you been doing all these years? And she said, straightening, because that's how, I didn't know how to do curly hair, and I didn't know what products to use. And she said, now I have a new hairdresser who has showed me the things to use on my hair for curly hair to make it look nice and polished and not messy. And I was like, I was so shocked because she looked great. And, you know, so she got somebody to teach her how to do her hair. And if you go to your hairdresser, now I'm cheap. I go to like Fantastic Sam's to get my hair cut because I have done the whole salon route where I've spent $50, $60, $70 getting a haircut, and then I also color my own hair because I've gone to salons again and spent 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, $150 getting my hair colored, and I was never really very happy because I felt like the hair color that they used on my hair stayed on or stayed in my hair the same amount of time as my box color that I use. And I know some people are being like, yeah, but box color only gives you one color. That's right. But your hair, because I live in Florida, you know, my hair was significantly whiter the other week when I started this video series. And remember, I colored it, and now it's a little bit different shades. So color doesn't stay in your hair. It just doesn't. And so it's going to change. So my point is, why would I spend $150 for hair color that's going to last just as long or just as short as my box color? So my box color cost $15, and this color I did right before the trip, so that was a week ago. I will probably leave this on for, or before I color it again, I will probably let it go for maybe 6 weeks. And then, you know, I'll start to see it fade and my roots, my gray will start to show through again, and I'll just color my roots again. $15 is cheaper than $150. I can't imagine spending $150 every 6 weeks to keep my roots the way I like them. So here's my advice. Go to the hairdresser and have them talk to you about your hair. Like, really talk about the texture, which mine is very fine, the amount of hair you have, like mine is very thin. My older sister has very, very thick hair. She has a lot more hair on her head than I do. So her routine is different because she has more hair. And she has never gotten a gray hair in her life. I started going gray at 30. I guess I won the lottery in the genetic pool. Or maybe she did. Or you get what you get. And so you're going to have to just learn to work with it. Her hair, my sister's hair, is straight. Completely board straight. So she has very thick straight hair. My hair has like little cowlicks in it. So you can see right here, I have a very prominent cowlick that comes up and over like this. I used to straighten it, and it was just going to be a cowlick. There was no two ways about it. So I've learned to deal with it. So, you know, I've straightened it with my InStyler or curled it, and I've done like that. And guess what? That's my hair. I don't have to have perfect hair. I got bigger things to worry about. And as the day goes on, it'll get more and more prominent because the humidity will exacerbate it. I'm okay with that. That's my genetics. That's who I am. I have a cowlick in the front of my head. Oh, well. But I've learned to deal with it. And I think my hair looks pretty good. It looks nice. It looks nice. So, and it looks normal. It's not over fixed. I don't put a lot of product in my hair because it's it's thin and fine. And product to me, I might spritz this with a little bit of hairspray, but just enough to, just barely, nothing. Or I may not. I may just let it go. And that's okay. So I've learned to work with my hair. So go to a hairdresser and address your hair. Like, really talk to them about your hair, about your texture, your color. My natural color, which I haven't seen in a very long time because I went gray, is a brown, like a medium brown, I would say. And I used to color my hair medium brown, and it was very difficult to keep going because the roots came through and they were gray. I had red hair, bright copper penny red hair for a while, which I really liked. It went with my skin. So when you color your hair, look at your skin and see what will work. The red worked for me because I am kind of fair skinned now, and so it added a richness to me. It made me look a little younger, I think, at the time. And then as the grays just kept coming, I was coloring my hair more and more and more. And I didn't like that because I felt like I was processing my hair a lot. And I didn't want to do that. So then I went blonde. And I had platinum white blonde hair for a while. And that was fun and cute and, you know, whatever. It's Florida, so everybody has blonde hair, I guess. And now I've kind of muted it back down to like a buttercream yellow color. And my goal is I'm going to keep my hair blonde until I decide not to color it anymore, which I have put a date of when I turn 58, I will no longer color my hair. And you're like, well, why 58? That's a weird number. And the reason is it's probably going to take 2 years for my hair to completely grow out of color. So I'm going to stop at 58, and then by the time I'm 60, I'll have a white head, like my mom. And I figure at 60, it's okay if you don't color your hair anymore. If you want to, fine. You'll see a lot of older ladies that are 60, 70, that they still color their hair very dark colors, like black or brown or red, and it doesn't look natural anymore. So my thing is, I'm trying to keep going as natural as possible, although this is hair color. This is not my natural color. My natural hair color, when it starts coming in, it's so strange. At the roots, you'll start to see a line, and it'll be brown, but the brown will be like flecks of brown. It won't be like brown roots showing through. It'll be like I put salt and pepper, or like I put pepper in my hair. So it's flecks of brown, and the rest is gray white. So it kind of looks funny. It looks like I have something in my hair. So I'm going to let that continue doing its thing until I decide not to color it anymore, and then we'll see what I have to work with. And so that's that. If you want to continue spending money on a hairdresser, then feel free to do so. It's your money. You can do what you want. You're a grown person. And I choose not to because I'm cheap. I don't want to spend $150 on my hair. I just don't. And my hair is average. It's not, it's not horrible. It's not bad hair, I guess. It just is what it is. And I like natural things more so. So today, what I did for me is very unnatural. It's unnatural for me to curl my hair that way and to heat style it. I do not heat style my hair every single day. I don't. I think it's damaging for your hair. So this was for today. Tomorrow I will probably do a no hair day. In other words, I will get up, I will wash and dry my hair because I'll run tomorrow. I'll wash and towel my hair, and then I will just let it be what it's going to be, and it'll do what it's going to do because it needs a break from heat styling. Today it had a hair dryer and a heat styler on it. So that's kind of a lot for my poor little thin hair. And I don't want it all to fall out. I'm genetically predisposed to thinning hair. My mother's hair is very, very thin, and hers, you can see her scalp quite prominently through her hair. She recently stopped coloring it. She's 75, and she colored her hair until she was 70, and she colored it like this crazy orange color, and it didn't look right. So everyone kept encouraging her to let her hair go natural, and her hair is natural gray now, and it's beautiful. Beautiful gray hair. It's a different generation. So 58, I'm not coloring anymore. That's 5 years from now. And I may even go before then. I may at 55 decide not to, because honestly, I'm really tired of coloring my hair. I started going gray when I was 30, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And so I literally have been coloring my hair for 23 years. I'm tired of doing it. So maybe at 55, I'll stop. and that'll start the process. And I'm going to let it all grow out naturally and, get haircuts as I need. So I probably will look a little cuckoo. We'll deal with it. We'll figure out how to do gray hair and how to change my makeup to make gray hair not wash me out so much. So that is the video for today. I want you to have a wonderful day. So yesterday I said, do one good thing for yourself, and that I did that with my daughter yesterday. I went and bought groceries and bought a whole bunch of vegetables, and we had a terrific lunch, a terrific salad lunch. So that was my one good thing that I did for myself. And for her, let's see, what did I do good for her? What good did I do for somebody else yesterday? Oh yes, I sent a birthday message to a friend that I hadn't spoken to in a while, and we reconnected, so that was good for her. It was good for me. So yesterday I was a good person. My pet sitter came over yesterday and collected her money for her pet sitting, and we had a very nice long chat. I gave her a little gift from London because she really takes care of my pets very well, and so I appreciate that. And so that's the things that I did good. So this morning, what I've done good for myself is I got up and I cleaned my kitchen because, I need a clean kitchen to start off the day. If I start the day with a dirty kitchen, it really makes me upset. So I cleaned my kitchen, and I've taken care of my own personal hygiene, and now I have other things that I have to do today. I have some laundry to do, and I'm going to go vote and all of those things. So it's going to be a good day. And when I go to the voting place, I'm going to be very nice to those people because they get people in there sometimes that are not so nice. And I'm just going to, my general mood today is I'm just going to be nice to everybody today. Yesterday, I was trying to get a drink from McDonald's because I wanted a soda. And I was in the lane, and a lady totally and utterly cut me off. Like, she pulled into... I was in line. There was 2 cars in front, and then there was me, and she came in this way and cut me off and got in front of me, and I was like, hello? Hello? And I thought, you know what? I could let that bother me, like, really bad, and honk and scream and yell, and that's not going to do her any good. It's not going to do me any good, so I'm just not doing it. So I'm just going to let it go, and, I gave her a face, and I gave her one of these, like, hello, what are you doing? But that's all that needed to be done. We didn't need to get all crazy. Don't get crazy. Life is really, really short. It was a soda. I don't need to get upset over a soda. So just remember, the grand scheme of things, that was really, really minor. So whatevs. And I don't know, maybe she was rushing to get a soda or something to take to somebody in the hospital. I doubt it, but maybe that's the thing. So I don't know what's going on in her life that she felt like she needed to cut me off. We dealt with it. It's fine. Just be nice to people. And if something like that happens, just remember, you don't know what's going on in their life. You really don't. You don't know what's... maybe she got bad news and she was really needing an ice cream or a hamburger to, like, calm her down or something. Or maybe she was just really hungry, So you don't know what's going on with people. So when you see people going crazy, just remember, you don't know what's going on in their head or what's going on in their life. So be kind. Be kind. It's really easy to be nice. It's really hard, especially for somebody like me, to be mean. Because there's just no point. There's just no point, especially to strangers. So just be nice, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have a wonderful day.